Charissa Bloomberg is in the house. So great to have you, Charissa. How are things going down in Cape Town?
Wet and rainy. I'm so excited to be here. I love this time of the day. Hello, listeners. And sorry, it's another heavy topic, but an important one, hey?
Well, a very important one, heavy topic indeed, Charissa. And as I mentioned, today is really going to be about whether you catch them or whether they just come out and confess. How does one handle it? And I know it's a heavy topic. And in fact, I have to tell you, Charissa, I was on my riding breakfast. We have a couple of ladies that ride with us. I said, one of them said, oops, I don't really want to talk about what's happened in my life. And I tried to push her and I said, look, I use this stuff as material on my show. And she said, it's been so many years, but I still cannot bring myself to talk about it. So that really is how heavy this topic is. You're quite right.
Yes, and talking about that, there's someone, a friend of mine, It's just exactly as that lady said. A friend of mine had an affair, he had an affair, she decided to stay with him and work it through for financial issues because she's middle-aged. I'm sitting there with a phone call. Yes, darling, no, darling, I love you. Puts the phone down and says, hate his guts. Now, that's what happens when you stay on.
Shocking.
Yeah.
So tell us, in line with that, what are the reactions, typical reactions, what should your reactions be when your partner's been unfaithful? Or what can you expect to feel?
That's a very important question. Thanks for asking us. The first question is obviously shock, devastation, hurt, anger. You question yourself. What did I do wrong? What was I lacking? Why did they have to look elsewhere? What's wrong with me? And here you had a contract. You had an agreement with this person who you thought was going to have the same values and morals as you. And then they betray us. So, that's initial. Now what to do with it is another story.
Yes, so now what to do with it? Tell us the other story.
Right. So firstly, there are those, and I'm speaking a lot from the woman's point of view, but it's both. There are those that just like, that's it, it's over. There's no hope. We can't rebuild. We broke the trust. I'm never going to forgive. I'm never going to forget. Pack your things and get out. It's not going to work.
Yes,
a lot of people opt for that. The other one is if you want to stay on for whatever reasons, financial, the children, the long relationships. Some of those reasons are not good enough, though, as far as my opinion. But then you're going to need therapy, and you are going to need lots of it, and you're going to need patience. And sadly, I want to speak again for the woman. We want to know everything. This is what I saw in the practice. What does she look like? Is she younger than me? What's she like in bed? Why did you do it? There's all those questions. And the men just want to say, I said, I'm sorry. I've broken it off. Can we move on? And that's where your conflict's going to come in.
Okay.
But Ron, there's some questions, whether male or female, that you need to ask your partner who has betrayed you.
Let's hear them.
Can I mention them?
Go for it.
Okay. How did you give yourself permission to do this, to cheat? Did you think about me? Did you think about the consequences? Did you think about the children? Do you feel guilty? Have you broken up with him or her? Did you talk about a future? Did you discuss me? Do you still have feelings for him or her? That needs to be discussed, Ron, in depth before anyone can think about staying on.
Interesting. So the man's angle of just saying, look, I've broken up, I said I'll stay, let's move on. That is not nearly adequate enough. That's what you're saying.
No, and a lot of the women, and I can say men as well, want to know details. Where did you meet? What did you do? What he or she like in bed? How long has this been going on? Is this the first time? How could you manage to lie to me? These are normal questions that you're going to have to ask your partner if you're going to stay on. Well, even foreclosure, you may want to know these questions.
Brilliant. I mean, I have been cheated on, and I've done the cheating myself. And I have to say, it sounds unbelievably relevant. Now, finally, can you give us some tips to deal with it? We're going to run out of time here. And Charissa, what I'm thinking of doing, because it's such a critical subject, is that we maybe run with how we rebuild the relationship and trust, maybe next week or the week thereafter. So before you go this week, just give me some tips.
Okay, be kind to yourself. You will get through this. It's not about you. It's about their morals. Don't take drugs and alcohol to cope. No, it's not your fault. Be aware of chronic anxiety, post-traumatic stress, depression. Build your self-esteem, build your self-worth. This can affect you mentally and physically. Be aware of your negative thoughts, your unresolved guilt that you may feel. I have to say this, Ron, sexual health, STDs. And the last thing I want to say, it is an integrity lapse. Cheating is cheating. My last saying is, this isn't my saying, I stole it, I think from TV, but don't give up what you want for what you want in the moment, because you're going to end up losing everything.
The very outstanding Charissa Bloomberg. Thank you so much, Charissa. That was just fantastic. And as I always say about Charissa, it's not just talking about issues, it's giving us practical tips on how to execute on them. Thank you so much, Charissa. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you. All the best. Love your show. Bye.